Good evening, everyone. I am Augie F. This is Rage, and this is my review of the Bolt mobile charger. Let's get this started. Alright, so I'm going to break this video down into a few parts. First part being showing you what you get inside the box itself. Second, to just show you how I've installed it onto my RC390. And lastly, I'm going to talk about the features and benefits and any pros and cons to the product as well. Now, it seems to be a busy Saturday afternoon. There's a lot of vehicles passing by. I'm going to record this one using my Sena SMH10. Hopefully the audio clarity is good, or decent at least, and it cancels out any of the other noises besides my voice. To start off with, here's what you get in the box itself. So if you take off the sleeve and have a look at what's inside, you have this owner's manual and instructions. You have the actual charger itself, and you get some zip ties as well in case you need to hide the wiring and probably just make things look a lot more presentable. Here's how you go about installing this bad boy. Firstly, you get this clamp, which is also included inside the box, which has a terminal over here, if you can see it, and these male connectors over here. These two male connectors slide into that like this. It's as simple as that. Installing this took me a little time considering the way the handlebars or the clip-ons on the RC390 are shaped. I initially tried to install them somewhere over here, but that didn't work out. I then tried installing it over here, but that kind of got in the way. And I realized that I'd have to use my right hand to operate this instead of my left hand. And I was a little more comfortable using my left hand to operate the charger in case I needed to unplug it while riding. Connecting that little clamp over there onto the RC390's handlebar wasn't really a big problem. The only difficulty I faced was kind of getting into this area over here with a wrench to be able to tighten up the bolt, which ultimately secured that in place. Now, as you can see, there has been some damage done to this plastic part which covers the battery, and honestly speaking, I'd rather have that scratch over there than not have a charger, because this really gets covered up by my tank bag most of the time. Practicality over appearance. Now let me just show you how this connection point and the wire which comes along with it is connected to the battery on the RC390. For that, let me just pop open the seat. There you can see my brass straps. And you just pull that over like that. And this pops right out of place. Now, it's not rocket science like I said earlier. All you need to figure out is at the end of that cable, which is connected to this point over here, you have a black connector and a red connector. Understand that the red connector goes to the positive side of your battery, the black connector goes to the negative side of your battery. And if you're not very familiar with how batteries work, I'd recommend that you switch off your engine and not have the key in the ignition, and then try to mess around with these things. Or you could have a completely different hairstyle by the end of this. Alright, let me just put this back in place. There we are. And the seat as well. Now getting back to the charger itself and how it functions, if you just slide in these two male connectors into this connection point, if you just place it here as well without pushing it right in, you'll see that that LED indicator lights up. But it is supposed to go right in until it clicks, and you'll hear that in a second. There it is. So once it is in place and it's secured, it's really not going anywhere. So all you then need to do is just connect a USB cable onto this section over here, and you're good to go. You can then connect your phone, your GoPro, or any other device which connects via a USB cable to the Bolt charger, and it should do the job. Now, getting to the performance of this Bolt charger. If you asked me about this maybe a month and a half ago when I did my ride to Goa, I'd probably turn around and say that this thing's useless. It takes really long to charge, it doesn't charge quickly enough, and that results in your phone switching off before you can reach your destination, and that's critical on a road trip, especially when you need your maps and your data. But unlike what your girlfriend tells you, the length does matter. And I was using a cable which came with my Galaxy Note 4, which is pretty long. And from what I read over the internet, the length of the cable also could have an impact on how quickly a charger can charge any device. I then switched over to this cable which I had from my old Samsung Galaxy S2, and you would have seen me using this cable if you paid close attention to the video of my ride to Lonavala recently with a few friends, and this thing worked like a charm. So I had my GPS on the entire time, I had my data on, I had my Bluetooth on, obviously for the Sina, and I also had my music playing. And with all of that running, it still reached a point where my phone was fully charged while I was using all of that. So I think that in itself helped me understand that the length of the cable does play a big role in how fast or how quickly a charger can charge your phone. Now, if you're in the market to find a charger for your motorcycle for a long distance ride, what you'll mostly find over the internet are these Chinese made chargers which are cylindrical in shape and really don't last that long and aren't really effective in what they claim to do. The other downside to that is someone can just come and plug in whatever USB device they want to while your bike is stationary, and they'd probably be able to drain your battery. The Bolt charger, on the other hand, considering how it's designed, wouldn't allow for that to happen. Unless, of course, someone had a Bolt charger themselves and then came and plugged in that Bolt charger into your socket. And that would be a shame if someone does that. However, not everyone buys this thing, so you're pretty sure that you wouldn't have a lot of weirdos coming up and plugging in their USB devices while your bike is stationary and then not being able to start your motorcycle after that. The device itself is pretty sturdy in the way it's built, and there's not a lot of moving parts on this, so there's really no chance of it falling off. At least I've not experienced that, and it takes a bit of effort as well to unplug it from the socket too, so it doesn't seem like it's going to fly off. It also comes with this weird ass pouch which is supposed to be fitted onto the tank of your motorcycle. I don't know whose bright idea that was. If anyone wants to fit something on the tank of their motorcycle, they'd probably put a tank bag there and then have your phone connected over that. The company claims that the Bolt charger is waterproof. I've not had the chance to test that out, and riding in the rain and charging a device isn't really the most practical thing to do. I wouldn't recommend it, but it's good to know that the charger is waterproof itself, so if you ever decide to do something that crazy, then why don't you test it out and tell me how that worked? Yeah, so overall I definitely recommend the product. It's worth the money you pay for it. It's lasted me a trip to Goa, a few city rides, and a ride to Lonavala as well. So it's definitely worth it. And as long as you find the right cable length to use along with the Bolt charger, I think you should be good. Yeah, it comes with an app as well which you need to use to activate the warranty on this product. They've also got a customer support number which you can call to figure out if there's any issues with your charger and you either need to get something replaced or repaired. And from what I've heard from people who bought this in the past, they're pretty happy with the customer service offered. Yep, so that's pretty much it for my review of the Bolt mobile charger. If you have any comments, questions or feedback, please go ahead and mention that in the comment section of this video. I know this video was a long time coming. I'm sorry, I've been really busy with life in general. As always, thank you for watching my video. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. If you think that the information I shared in this video was useful and helped you make a decision on whether to buy this charger or not, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't, go ahead and comment and say what you want to hear so that I can improve the video going forward. That's it. Thank you for watching. As always, please wear your helmets at least and ride safe. It's a jungle out there. Goodbye. Built well, does what it says it can. Someone playing tennis over here. Oh, cricket, not tennis. This is India.